Welcome back to World of Tanks. I'm Geoffrey. We are going to go over a couple of battles that I had over Holiday Ops 2021 to 2022. I was playing from my parents' home. I had a ping of about 700 or 750. I wasn't probably alone, so it was a crazy time. And other players must have had even worse ping than this, because I had no idea what they were doing sometimes. And my ping was so slow that it was like every second or so that sometimes the game would refresh. So I do something, then a second later I find I was somewhere else, then a second later someone had shot me, then a second later something else happened, and I was getting a frame every second, something like this. Not always. I had to put my settings at very, very minimal settings, but the replays are the same. Are now playable at full graphics, so that's pretty good. So here was I think it was the only heavy tank, so I went here to kind of hold the line, and all the light tanks rushed. So now I've tracked this guy, no one's shooting. They could have sat behind to shoot. I'm doing all the shooting. Yeah, I'm doing all the shooting. Just one guy shot, and he survived. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly 6 other tanks that could have taken shots, and nobody shot. One guy shot once. And on the right, we only have 2 tanks which have been murdered. Everyone came to the left. This is the usual thing. So this is where we have a contest between the dumb versus the dumb. So I'm going to try and tell this guy to move out, and I'm going to shoot at him, tell him that he shouldn't be there. I'm shooting at him to tell him that, you know, he's in the wrong place, basically. I know you could do this with some sort of, you can click and say pull back or something, but then I thought this way he'll be more aware of what I'm saying. No, he's just sitting there getting shot. Now, clearly there's a heavy tank who's hold down behind him, and top tier. His bottom tier in a light tank, why does he go and roll? So I assume these people are new players, but how can you tell them to fall back? Because there's this thing you can click on something. I'm not doing it, but okay, same thing the other guy. So they're going to go there and commit suicide. This was the usual thing, and it's not just our Holiday Ops. Holiday Ops is a particularly bad time when kind of everybody comes out for Christmas or something. They play once a year, and they think, oh, I'm going to get some stuff or some gifts. I'm going to spend some time. I'm going to get some presents. Now nobody's shooting though. He had no damage. Well, he had a little bit of damage, but not a whole lot. Now, I could have shot him and killed him, but no. There's a light tank. Nobody shoots the light tank. Everyone wants to shoot the KV-220. That nobody can hit, because they're bottom tier light tanks. And I'm being shot by a martyr at the back. Shot me a second time. Okay, now he's penning. He loaded APCR or something. The problem is we only had 2 tanks on the right, and they're dead. So this is when I was saying mistakes people do. First, it was 2 mistakes here. First of all, they all went to one side, like 13 tanks went to one side, and 2 tanks went to the right. The second thing that happened was that all the light tanks, I mean, why do you play a light tank if you go and just go on suicide and brawl or something, you know? There's no point. It's not as if they were spotting. It's not as if they were trying to go for the RT or kind of trying to flank, or they weren't doing it, they just went to brawl. Why do you play a light tank if you can brawl? And now they're all dying. And I'm supposed to be holding the line, but what line am I supposed to hold if everybody's committing suicide? I'm just about the last time left. Okay, the martyr just murdered me. So that's it for this battle. I'm going to show you one more battle, then we're going to go over the holiday ops and just review the various things, like the, you know, books, the shards, and so on. So here I switched over to tier 8 light, and I'm going to show you another similar mistake, not very different. This is how we have landslide defeats, landslide victories. This battle wasn't really, you know, at the beginning it looked very tight. Let's see how it goes. But it was, you know, anything, you know, a small thing could have tipped the battle the other way around. So, I mean, I'm not in a very fast light tank. I'm not as fast as the wheel vehicles. So I don't want to go and, you know, sort of play as a clown in the middle. My light tanks are generally equipped with very good optics and very good camo. They're not always super light. And so my gameplay with light tanks usually is to go as fast as I can to a safe spot and then do some passive spotting for the early game, for the first couple of minutes or 3 minutes, depending on what everyone else is doing. Now we have 2 light tanks on the left, and all, like half the team is going to the right, to the hill, where there are no light tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tanks are going to the right, and only 2 tank destroyers are going to where the 2 light tanks are spotting. Where'd they go? And so, you know, you have to kind of work out also what your light tanks are doing. Yeah, so if your light tanks are going to, you know, guide the team, yeah, they're going to provide spots. And so if you're going to go as far away from the light tanks as you can, you're not going to have spots, unless you're not going to have shots, unless you have binocs. I mean, if you have binocs, you have good view range, or if you have what is it called, the vision system or whatever, then that's fine. But my feeling is those 7 guys who are going up there to snipe, you see they're all going to the sniping spot. They're waiting for someone else to spot for them, so they don't have good view range. Okay, and in this game I have, you know, we had this race event some time ago, and I have one of the commanders again from the race event. It has an interesting British accent. We should have had this guy, you know, doing some of the voiceovers. I don't like the American voiceovers. I have replaced it with the Monty Python ones. And the guy who's doing the American voiceovers is some like 70-year-old guy. Why don't they get someone who's like at least in his 50s, if not younger? I find it strange. Anyway, so here I'm doing lots of spotting, but there are only 2 TDs, so I have 0 damage so far. I've spotted so much. I've spotted all the light tanks, and what's happening here is I'm spotting the light tanks, so they hesitate, they stop, like this guy. They stop and hesitate, and so they do not advance, because had they advanced on this side, they would have just run us over, basically. And because I keep spotting them, they stop and hesitate and run away. So both the light tanks, I think, now are dead. And so we're taking out the 2 light tanks. And it was a wheel vehicle and the Russian LT whatever, LT-432. And so they lost the 2 light tanks. The problem is the guys on the hill still haven't figured out the light tanks are all now on this side, and the enemy team is on this side. There's no one where they are. I mean, there's 1 tank or 2 tanks where they are at most. And so I'm waiting for them. I don't want to make a move. I could have made a move by now. Yeah, we're about 4 minutes into the game. I could have made a move, but there's no one to shoot. You know, there's the 2 tank destroyers, but there's nobody else in a position to shoot if I spot. Now, you know, all the enemy team is on the 1 and 2 lines, so on the 1 line. So what's the point of them staying on the hill? I mean, they can't shoot that far. There's really no point. I mean, nobody, you know, it's as if they think, okay, probably they went in that spot to that spot once and managed to get a couple of shots off. So they're thinking, okay, now they're spotted. They won't like where they are, so they're going to leave and come towards us. They're not going to come towards you, you know. They're going to go further back. They're not going to come to you. You know, it's not how it works. Anyway. And so because they're being spotted, and they don't know who's spotting them, they keep falling back every time they get spotted. So they're not going to go to the hill, you know? And so, but I'm hoping they will start shooting at them. So now they're approaching. So now finally I can do my spotting run. It's taking forever. I mean, we're like 5 minutes into the game, isn't it? 5 minutes in the game. I know they have another light. Maybe they were afraid of him. And he had such bad view range that I shot at him and he couldn't spot me. Okay, now finally, we could have done this a couple of minutes earlier, but okay, I bounced with some heavy tank. Could have done this a little bit earlier, but you know, they're all sitting on the hill. Earlier. There. Some people are very good at shooting on the run. I can never do it. I can never hit anyone if I'm moving as fast as this. I don't know how people manage. It must have something to do with my reflexes or something. I've seen some people who are very good at shooting at people on the run. It must take a lot of skill. In any case, finally, more than 3,000 spotting. So basically the enemy team is cooked. They were not going to go to the hill. This is not how it works. You know, if people are spotted, they run away. They don't charge forward. I mean, sometimes they do, but it's rare. Okay, so that was the second battle. So that's you know, that was a victory. It was even a runaway victory, but in the beginning it wasn't so clear. So anyway, with this battle I managed to get the T-28 concept. I finished all those missions for the T-28 HTC tank, so reward end. So I was very happy with this battle, also for this reason. And I'm going to show you, so I'm starting Operation T-55A now. You would have thought a couple of years, about 4 years after, you know, playing this game, I would have gone a little bit further than this, but this is where I am. And this were the results. It's okay, there's nothing really special, but lots of spotting though, and very easy victory. Just like the previous one was very easy defeat. And I'm going to go over a little bit the holiday ops. You don't have to, you know, watch the rest of this video. I think, you know, I just want to show a couple of battles where I want to show some of the problems, you know, some of the mistakes people do. I should show some of my own mistakes, but these are the ones that I've saved. And this is, before I go to the holiday ops, this is another battle that I started during Christmas. I went to the battle and it was this. Anyway, back into the holiday ops atmosphere. And so it was great. It seems like every year it gets better. If it's not getting better, it's at least not worse than the previous year. I'm not sure I like the fact that this year we had this, we didn't have the 5 levels or 4 levels per book, you know, per collection. When it had 1 level, it was okay. It's no big deal. The graphics are fantastic compared to the ones a few years ago. This is the Christmas tree, absolutely fabulous, 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 with all the decorations and the Christmas fish topper on the top. I'm not sure if a fish is a Christmassy thing, I don't know, but whatever, maybe it is in China. And the year of the fish, maybe. Or is it the year of, what's the year? The year of the tiger, isn't it? Why is the year of the fish? Anyway, whatever. And the teddy bear reminds me of my childhood, so I put the teddy bear there. But later on I changed them when I got more decorations. And these, I mean, all these things are fantastic. And every year they rearrange a little bit this celebration area, this kind of Christmas square or whatever. And it's great. It has this gingerbread-like house. Oh, there's this jukebox here. Every time you click on it, the music changes. And now I'm going to show you, I don't know how to sing this, but I want to keep it. And I'll keep a memory of this. I recorded it. The presents arrive. Here's some magic New Year presents. The Chinese ones, because I finished the other 3 collections, so I started this one. And I wanted to get the Skoda. I got all the other 4 tanks except the Skoda. I got the stupid 3 new tanks, the stupid 3 new premiums, which all of them I hate. I'm not going to play any of them. So I wanted the Skoda so much because I wanted to start the Czech line, the medium line. But, oh well. I spent tons of money. I couldn't get the Skoda. Let's hope I can get on some other offer in the future. Because otherwise I'm not starting the Czech line until I can get the premium. Okay, here are the collections. And here's the Decorator. And you can have the anti-duplicator, or you can spend some more shards this year. So with the anti-duplicator, 500, 1500, you can get a specific present. And here I finished the Christmas collection, which was, you know, one of my favorites. I thought it looked nice, and I put it on the boogie tank. I put this decoration. And here's the skill decoration. Here's also some of the. I got this just the Advent. So this is one of the new tanks I got. The SU-130 I got in the Advent calendar. And I put this 2D style is not so good on it. This is better. This is the other one that we had this year with the oranges. It was the New Year or something, and I played this during holiday ops after I got it at the Advent. So back to the square. I like the blip, this kind of Zeppelin-like thing, with the Galileo sort of globes, you know. I think that's kind of neat. And this blue thing that's flashing on the left when you scroll over it is the jukebox. Every time you click on it, it starts a new Christmas music. And we had some versions of battle music, or, you know, like game music, that were turned into Christmas, and the Polish tune was obviously a Christmas tune, and so they made it into a Christmas tune as well. Very beautiful versions. And here's this clock. It's not very well made, actually. It's not very high resolution. And these cannons, I love them. They're very, very nice. They remind me of Nutcracker kind of style toys. And here's the various options we had. You had a truck that brings the gifts rather than a sleigh drawn by reindeer. The ship I really like. And this Chinese clay soldier from that sort of that Chinese thing that's famous, whatever it's called, with many clay soldiers. So here's a watermill, very colorful, looks like candy. Some reindeer, or just maybe just deer, or is it reindeer? I'm not really sure what kind of deer they are. I'm not an expert, oh dear. And chess castle, chess piece. And we have the object 798E. That's awful, I don't know. Anyway, I mean, you could have put another tank, like the Hetzer or something, I don't know. Whatever. I guess the Hetzer is not such a high-profile tank compared to object 798E. And the chess pieces. And this is the boogie with the Christmas 2D style. I think it suits it very well. This is some of the other tanks that I played. This is the WZ 111-5A. One of my favorite 5-tier tanks, and one of my favorite tier 8 tanks, the WZ 120FT. Of course, this is probably one of my 2 favorite tanks, the RLV-39, and more tanks with Christmas decorations is the one we got, I think, for giving gifts to friends. The ESC-90 doesn't have a Christmas decoration, the Schumann 130 PM does, and this is the Osprey tank. I played it also a little bit over the Christmas ops. I wanted to get all the modifications, whatever they're called. So some other tanks with special camo that I played. And they have some of the camo that, some of them have camo from the Christmas collections. And the yellow ones have lots of yellows on them, are among my favorite tanks. The Object 430U and the Churchill 3 I played also quite a bit because he gets a lot of credits, whatever, experience. Some of the other tanks that I played. And yeah, Panther 2 with that great magic carpet decoration from last year. The Alpazar E100, I played it a lot to get some of these modifications leveled up. The E25, fantastic. I love playing it. It's such a great, well, I don't know. So it's a winner, I guess. And some of the other tanks that I played, many of them have Christmas decorations, not all of them. And back to the boogie. It's such a fun tank to play with. And this camo fits it very well, I think. It's perfect for it. It's as if it was made for it. And back to the blip, and beautiful things, the gingerbread, whatever, house here, the Luna Park, whatever it's called, this thing in the back. And beautiful music. It's like battle music, but it's been turned to Christmas songs. And the beautiful Christmas tree with different decorations, the oil lamp and the globe, the Galileo globe. And here I'm progressing. I got to the end of the Arne missions and I got all the rewards, so I was very happy about that. And the thing with giving friends gifts was great this year. I really like that, and created a little bit of camaraderie. I thought it was nice. So here are the large decorations, and that was very nice. Previous years it was very hard to get large decorations. This year was easier. That was the cat, and the beautiful ship. Very much like it. It fits the Nutcracker cannons very nicely. And this is also a nice decoration, I thought. Father Christmas on the Russian Troika. And this gazebo is very interesting. It's also very Russian, Eastern European, kind of German, Prussian, or Russian, you know, something like that. Very nice. And we have a postcard stand, and I'm not sure what is this, a postcard stand, or is it something? A fireworks gazebo. Oh, wow. Okay, and some other stuff. Cardboard cutout yard. Okay, ski lodge. This is a ski lodge. No, this is a knight's tent. This is fun. They're doing a lot of work with this. Can you imagine? You know, all these animations running at the same time. How, you know, how labor intensive this is to design all this animation, these lights, all these things. I mean, it's just, it's crazy. They've done a great job, though. The boogie, beautiful. Oh, here I got the one of the silly tanks. Oh, it's the 3 silly tanks. The Euro tanks, whatever. I wish I could have gotten the Skoda. I could have exchanged all 4 of them for the Skoda. Oh, I'm not gonna play these stupid things. And we also got this, I only got very much near the end, Schwarzenegger statue with wearing briefs. It's a PG-13 version of Schwarzenegger. And here we have this decorator. And I finished one of the other collections, I think, at this point. So, which one was it? Was the magic here? No, it was the Chinese here or something. Let's see. Yeah, the Chinese collection. Luna collection completed. The silliest one, I left it for last. And I basically, we had so many shards this year. I don't know how it worked out this way. So many shards. I finished everything. Finished all the collections from the past. And you know, I got shards coming out of my ears. All kinds of shards left over. And here's an interesting animation. Do you remember from last year? This kind of Julius Verne spaceship kind of thing. Yeah, you see it? Yeah, this yellow spaceship. It's a kind of spaceship themed or whatever, atmosphere themed thing. Okay, and then it kind of gives it a blast and goes up in the sky, and then it stops and goes around like that. Whoever designed this, can you imagine? You know, all the graphics, all that stuff, what everything else is going on. You know, the snow and this and that and the music. And, wow, I mean, it's quite amazing. That's definitely the most showy of all these fair things, whatever they're called. Okay, and back to the tree, the beautiful Christmas tree, large animations. And the lights, yes, very many different kinds of lights, pink, red, yellow, blue, green, lots of yellow. But beautifully done. So, and let's, where's Schwarzenegger? Let's have a look. Oh yes, the various tanks again with all the special skins. The Christmas collection skin. The friendship. Whatever, brothers in arms. Whatever. Skin, the offspring skin. And the Churchill 3 has the holiday Ops 2D style, and of course the Shu 100Y with the style from last year, the Galileo style. Yeah, Panzer 2 with the flying carpet style, the gingerbread style on the toaster, and the Shu 100 130 with the orange style from the New Year collection from this year's Holy Ops. And finally Schwarzenegger, just as I finished On the last day and the final day, I finished the missions. All missions from Arnie complete. Oh yes. So now I have to select which tanks I want. I'm going to select the check line, but I was so disappointed. I hope they give us the check, medium, premium, on one of the forthcoming sort of tank offers. Thank you for watching.